Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Aubrey, and I know it's been a while since you guys have seen me. And yeah, I'm not even gonna waste time. Like, we're back. We're back. Definitely a lot of changes have been going underway in my life the last couple of months. And yeah, rather than waste time talking about it now, I'd rather just share you guys over the next coming weeks, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this weekly horoscope for this week, okay? We're switching over to astrology, and this channel is becoming a lot more astrology and spirituality based rather than just simply tarot. Okay, so we're going to get into the weekly horoscope for all 12 signs. This is going to be from February 28th, Monday, to March 6th, 2022, Sunday. Okay, so this is going to be a really crazy week. It's going to be a really crazy week. There's a lot happening, a lot going on. And the weeks leading up into this have kind of been like you guys have been feeling the pressure, feeling the buildup, right? January was like a year on its own. I know for me, it was a lot that fucking happened, and it literally felt like January was like an entire year on its own. As far as February felt a lot brighter. It felt a lot better, a lot more optimistic. We kind of settled into that Jupiter and Pisces energy. And March is promising to be really, really fucking huge for a lot of people and life changing. And so this week kind of like kicks off all of that. So a lot of you might be feeling optimistic. You might be feeling a little bit more hopeful. You might be feeling a little bit more spiritual because again, this is a week where we have the new moon in Pisces. And so a lot of you guys might be feeling more in tune with the divine and feeling like, okay, I can breathe. Like, it's not as bad as I thought. Like, maybe, I can go out there and accomplish my wildest dreams and kick down those doors, right? So, starting it off, starting it off with Monday. On Monday, we have Venus trining the North Node in Taurus. Right now, Venus is in Capricorn and it will be trining the North Node in Taurus. So, on Monday, which is today, and we're going to act like I'm not recording this on Monday night. Okay. On Monday, we're ready to grow and improve, and we may draw in situations that help us do just that. We're especially concerned about harmonizing, and we tend to be agreeable and cooperative. You could feel lucky in love, or you might even meet someone who's good for you. A lot of that is going to be happening this week. Like a lot of themes and luck. Again, new moon in Pisces. And then we also have Jupiter in its home sign of Pisces. So there's a lot of abundance and luck and just feeling lucky. Just feeling lucky, right? And you could be especially concerned with harmonizing, and you might be agreeable, you might be cooperative. We're gonna act like I did not just read that already. Other people could recognize your potential just as you yourself are awakening to your purpose and your mission. You know, um, Relating it back to me, which I'm going to do. I woke up this morning a little bit more optimistic, actually a lot more optimistic about like, okay, I do want to bring this channel back. I do want to, because for the last couple of months, I've kind of just been like figuring out what the fuck it is that I wanted to do. I know I wasn't happy doing the whole tarot readings and things like that, because after a while it got stale. And it's like, how many times can we, okay, the X is coming back, to this, to that, the third, like you get over those storylines. And anybody that's done a personal reading with me, you know that I dive deep into astrology, and that's like really where the actual benefit is, because tarot can tell you what's happening. Astrology tells you when, how you're going to be affected, especially like if you know your natal charts and this, that, and the third. And so, the last year, really since June, I've been diving way deeper into astrology, deeper into spirituality, really grounding myself within this and kind of just rebranding in the background so that I could come back and be able to help you guys grow, even more intimately, even more deeply, even more personally, right? And so today I just woke up with this idea. Today's the day I'm gonna come back and fucking start this channel, rebirth this channel. Today's the day I'm gonna pay for my website. Today's the day I'm gonna, just jump back into it, and for a while I was scared. For a while I was scared because I felt like I don't want to, I don't want to come in and do something that so many people are good at, because even though this has been a hobby of mine, like astrology has always been a hobby of mine since I was a child, even though it's been an extreme hobby of mine, I don't want to come in and like seem like an amateur compared to so many people that have been doing it forever, because I'm very competitive. I come from the music world where I like to be on my shit and on top of what I do. But I had to not let that affect me. Today when I woke up, it was just like, fuck all of that. The main purpose is to tell you guys what the transits are, how they're affecting you. And then, hopefully you guys go and book personal readings with me so we can figure out how you guys are being affected on a personal level. Right. It's not my job to come in and act like I'm the best astrologer ever. It's my job is simply to tell you what the fuck is going on, how it's affecting you guys generally, and then you come to me personally for a personal reading. Right. And so I say all of that to say, like, with this Venus trining North Node, and not just that, but with everything that's going on this week, it's like the energies are supporting us in getting over our fears, like even if we felt like we couldn't do something 6 months ago, hell, 2 months ago, this is a week where you're gonna feel that optimism, you're gonna feel that renewal, that sense of hope, and it has a lot to do with Jupiter and Pisces as well as the new moon in Pisces. You guys can even think back to like May or around June when, mask mandates were lifted and, COVID restrictions were kind of like eased up on, and we felt like, okay, we're returning to normal life. Like a lot of that had to do with Jupiter and Pisces, it being in its home sign and just feeling lucky, right? And so that's what I'm saying, like that's where we are now. The same way I woke up this morning with a lot of optimism and feeling like, okay, maybe I do have a purpose here, maybe I can use my voice, maybe this is part of my mission. You guys should be in that same place right now. That's where you guys should be right now. That's probably where a lot of you guys are, right? And so as a result, you could easily attract significant people into your life. Significant relationships could come up this week. You could meet people, it could be the love of your life. It could be, the business partner of your life, and these are connections that could advance your career. It could advance your love life. It could advance your goals. It could advance your mission, right? Because see, when you start aligning yourself with divine and start like just thinking positively, just thinking brighter, right? It allows you to vibrate higher. And so when you vibrate higher, you connect, even more with the divine. And as you connect more with the divine, the universe, they bless you, right? So you're able to advance personally right now because you're becoming more savvy in the art of working with attraction. You're learning valuable lessons about networking, about expressing compassion for others. Various challenges or changes may come in about. In regards to your relationships to help illustrate the true nature of unconditional love and compassion. And it's possible that you could have the chance to experience a higher level of love, which may um, come about in like sharp contrast to what you had previously defined as love or partnerships. Now, Venus and Mars form trines to the North Node today, and it's basically motivating us to grow, improve and pursue our desires. Now, while some light competition could motivate you right now, you're also more dedicated than usual to creating harmony, right? And you might use your people skills or appeal to help, yourself be able to reach goals. Again, a lot of you guys could be feeling real lucky in love or business right now. And, just take advantage of this energy and make that fortunate connection. There could be an opportunity to reconnect and align yourself or realign yourself with your purpose. Again, that's why I'm speaking about me and how I woke up just energized today. It's like I felt it and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Like universe, like clearly, people are still checking for me, asking me about readings and things like that, like because I haven't done fucking readings in how long, but people hit me up, and it was at least like 3 to 5 people that hit me up. And I was like, okay, maybe I should jump back into it. Maybe I'm ready, you know. And so here I am. And so I encourage all of you guys to work with this energy. Okay. Again, there could be an opportunity to reconnect and align yourself with your purpose. Okay. There's a sense that you're heading in the right direction or that you want to take steps to grow and thrive. And so right now, the moon is spending today in Aquarius, which is reinforcing a desire to mingle and share. And conversations that happen later on today can be notably heady, okay, heady, or practical, right? In regards to where you're going. So moving it along to Tuesday. Moving it along to Tuesday, and we're gonna just sit here and act like I don't have an Uber Eats order that is like a fucking hour and a half late. Okay, like at some point I'm gonna have to stop and go get that shit from the door. But we're just gonna keep going and act like it's not late. Okay, definitely getting 0 stars. But this is not about me. Okay, but we have Tuesday, March 1st. Okay. Tuesday, March 1st at around 3:53 p.m. We have the moon that is entering Pisces. Okay. We have the moon that will be entering Pisces on Tuesday, the 1st. Okay. So on Tuesday, we're more expressive. Although we may be living more in our heads and our heart, there could be some minor missteps or restlessness, right? Like I said, you feel like I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm supposed to be headed a certain direction. Monday is kind of you like taking, it's like you notice that there's that energy there. Like it's like, okay, well, what if I did go ahead and restore my website? What if I did just go ahead and put out a little trial weekly horoscope video? I've never really done it before like that. I know they really only know me for tarot videos, but what if I did a horoscope video? What would be the reaction? It's like you're in your head. It's like you're trying to get used to the thought of becoming more expressive, becoming more optimistic and inside the third, but you're still kind of in your head a little bit, still kind of in your head a little bit. When the moon enters Pisces, like Pisces is all about, creativity, spirituality, just very water, very fluid. But with Pisces being with moon, it can cause, a lot of imagination, but also a lot of like delusion. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful not to get too caught up in your head in the wrong type of way. Cause obviously life has its dualities. Every good has a bad, right? So the moon continues to transit Aquarius until 3:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, after which time the moon will be in Pisces. Now, with Tuesday night semi-square between the sun and Venus, you might want to watch for a tendency to go overboard, seeking other people's appreciation. Okay, what you want to do and what you think you should do could be at odds right now, and you may not be very productive with this kind of discontent. Ideally, we look for creative solutions for dissatisfaction, right? So the sun and Uranus, with them heading toward a sextile exact very early tomorrow, stimulating our willingness to adapt to new circumstances, ideas, and unfamiliar situations, spirits are high. And so we're excited about change. Group connections can be enlightening, and we'll do best for ourselves if we embrace flexibility and innovation. You might even arrive at creative solutions to problems and make happy improvements right now. Now, you could be excited about moving on from something. Maybe there's doors that's closing, or maybe you're headed into brand new ventures. Hopefully, you guys again are taking advantage of this energy and headed into brand new ventures. But consider that the moon is balsamic, right? Or balsam, I don't know the fucking word. Balsamic vinegar. With a new moon occurring on Wednesday. As a result, it's better to just wind down, observe, and reflect, right? Don't feel like you necessarily have to start like go, like soon as the new moon hits. You could wait a day, okay? Just make sure you're taking in all of the energy. Now, moving it on to Wednesday. On Wednesday, we have the sun sextiling Uranus at 12:05 a.m. Now, from last Sunday to this Friday, it brings a lot of excitement and unexpected opportunities. Curiosity and inventiveness could allow you to make some new discoveries, and you can find new ways of doing things that could lead to greater efficiency. This could also be a time for socializing and group activities, right? Now, when Sun sextiles Uranus transits happen, it could bring about a lot of pleasant surprises and stimulating encounters. This is a good time to try something new, something exciting, and you should have enough freedom to be able to do this. Increased self awareness can come through flashes of insight or through feedback from personal interactions. Remember, again, new moon in Pisces. So, a lot of psychic activity is going to be going on. Even if you're not somebody who is normally intuitive, generally the general collective is going to be a lot more intuitive than normal, right? And so if you're already somebody who is a light worker, that is psychic, that is intuitive, that is gifted, your intuition can be on point. Okay, so I would say this is definitely a day to trust your gut and go with whatever it is that you're feeling, and not really second guess yourself. Like, come on, y'all know if you're living in a delusion or if it's reality. You will know no matter how murky this Pisces energy might make it seem. In your heart of hearts, you'll know. And plus, you have your angels and you have your team supporting you, right? So creativity is stimulated, and you should feel comfortable expressing the more flamboyant or kinky side of your personality. Socializing, group activities, and chance encounters should be more frequent and enlightening at this time. You could be more likely to meet unorthodox types of people from different cultural or ethnic backgrounds than your own. And curiosity and inventiveness could allow you to make some new discoveries or receive flashes of insight about whatever interests you, right? Scientific, electronic, internet technology subjects may spark your interest at this point in time. And this is also an excellent time to practice astrology or similar subjects. Okay. Now, it may be difficult for you to stick to a routine, because right now you could be easily distracted. However, if this is the tendency to skip from one thing to another, make sure that you're leading it to you having extra insight and discoveries. Like, try to work with the energy as best as you can, right? Taking the opposite view or making changes in your life will not be as disruptive. You can find new ways of doing things that can lead to greater efficiency, right? And then at 11:32 a.m. we have Mercury that will be conjunct Saturn, right? So Mercury conjunct Saturn brings critical thinking, which needs to be applied to serious or challenging mental work. Without a productive outlook for your intellect, your mind may dwell on negatives and you could find it difficult to get out of such a rut. Such negative thinking could lead to depression, difficulties in communication, harsh or critical words, could lead to relationship problems such as coldness, isolation, or rejection. Now, the key to dealing with this heaviness of this transit is positive thinking and applying your brain to important tasks or even routine duties. But again, we have the moon in Pisces, and it's like distractions will be there. That's what I'm saying. Work with these energies. This is not a day to second guess yourself. This is not a day to think that you know it all. This is not a day to overthink and overanalyze. This is a day where whatever feels right, bitch, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like I want to fucking call out of work today and go book a music session and go record an album, bitch, go fucking do it. Okay. Because literally, without making shit too complicated, just so you guys understand, the universe is opening up doors for you right now, like opening up portals for you to take advantage of. Some of you guys might be going viral right now. Some of you guys, like, wait till we get to the new moon in Pisces. That's going to be a separate video. But some of you guys could go viral right now. Some of you guys could meet the love of your life. Some of you guys could, start a new job or, come up with a new finance plan. Like, just go with whatever feels right. And you'll know. Just listen to your soul. Listen to your body. Listen to your mind. Like, let go and let God, basically, right? So this is a good time for things requiring sustained concentration, patience, and sound judgment. Business dealings and paperwork are favored. Common sense approach, attention to detail. You may act as a mentor or be sought out for advice, especially by younger people. There's also the potential for getting into arguments, especially with authority figures. This could be avoided by earning and showing respect for tradition and ancestors. Now, like I said, we do have the new moon that is occurring at around 12:34, 12:35, 12:36. And this new moon is gathering the inspiration to take a leap of faith. We're being motivated to carve out time for peaceful and rejuvenating activities or to entertain a dream and perhaps share it with someone special. Now, with this potent Pisces energy, we have the chance to make important changes in our lives in the weeks ahead. Also, during this day, the meeting of Mercury and Saturn inclines us to think and communicate about serious matters, responsibilities, obligations to others, and worries or grievances as the day advances. And so our ability to concentrate is enhanced now, possibly because circumstances call for it. And there could also be an increased need for solitude to think or solve problems. Now, this is a time for seeing things realistically or for their practical value. And we seek tangible results. This aspect can mark the start of a new project that involves communications, such as writing, speaking, or reporting. And there might even be, like a verbal or written commitment made right now, or you could experience a form of a reality check. Okay. Because again, Pisces energy, especially my Pisces moon people out there. Oh, God, this could be a day for y'all. This could be a day for y'all. Okay. As the day advances, intensity increases. We can experience strong desires to take action on a matter, but impatience or pushiness could trip us up if we are not careful. Ideally, we know where to ease off and where to apply the pressure for the best results. Okay. So just to bring it around and summarize, even though, like I said, we're going to be doing like a separate video, a dedicated video to new moon in Pisces, breaking it down with each individual sign. Ciao. Now my food already being here. I'm just Wait for that call. Okay. Yeah, we do have the new moon happening. Like I said, I am going to be doing a separate video with all 12 signs. But just to reiterate, okay, you have Jupiter that is coming in to bring personal, material, and spiritual growth. The sextile Uranus adds exciting and unique opportunities for Jupiter's growth and good fortune. Mercury, Saturn, and Venus, Mars, Pluto make this a very intense and potentially challenging new moon. But there is a lot of reason to be optimistic because of Jupiter joining this fixed star that promises happiness and success. Okay. Now, this Pisces new moon, it joins Jupiter, which is a very fortunate alignment. Again, Pisces is the home sign of Jupiter. And so the meaning of this new moon is all about personal, material, spiritual growth. Um, this new moon does have a positive influence because of that conjunction that I keep mentioning to Jupiter and sextile to Uranus. This optimistic, futuristic, and progressiveness is enhanced by a particular fixed star called Arcanar. I think that's how you pronounce it. Arcanar. Okay. And because, Arcanar is well placed with Jupiter, conjunct new moon, and sextile Uranus, it's by far like the strongest influence. So the other conjunctions are strong and require a conscious effort to be made constructively. Now, the influence of this new moon is going to last for about like 4 weeks up to the April 1st new moon, which is going to be in, don't get me to lie, Aries, I believe, child. Aries. Now, the best time for starting new projects is during the 2-week waxing moon phase. Okay. So, pretty much from March 2nd, I would say March 2nd, March 3rd to the March 18th full moon. Right. And then we have Thursday. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Child. Not me really making y'all wait. I'm so sorry, guys. But I listen, this video is live and I am not downloading it to edit that part out just to re-up. Sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back into it. So moving it on to Thursday. Thursday, March 3rd. So at 3:43 a.m., we have Mars that will be conjunct Pluto at 27 degrees. So Mars conjunct Pluto natal. This is going to bring a lot of increased ambition, a lot of influence, a lot of energy focused on sex drive. You could have the endurance and strength to succeed at difficult tasks, and a burst of creativity could be used to make major transformations within your life. Now, Mars conjunct Pluto, the transit It gives an incredibly strong desire to achieve your goals. Okay, strength, passion, courage are all of your strong suits right now. But an indomitable will and tendency toward manipulation could bring enemies, and it could also hinder your success. Um, it could also be an incredible increase in ambition and sex drive, as I keep saying, okay, and lust for power. God, I should have proofread what the fuck I wrote. A tendency towards selfishness can lead to ruthlessness behavior and even violence if something stands in your way. But you cannot ignore this powerful energy, and trying to bury it is only going to result in outbursts of temper or subversive action. If you don't chase your desires and express this willful energy, then it may manifest in people or events around you. And this could be way more dangerous as you have less control over such situations, right? Now, you could also be selfish, okay, while also doing no harm to others. So, this is a good time to work independently on something you're passionate about. You could have the endurance and strength to succeed at difficult tasks. A burst of creativity can be used to make transformations in your life, like major transformations in your life. You know, in your close relationships, you may seem domineering or aggressive. So, remember that your loved one is probably not as fired up as you are. you know Maybe you can raise the vibrational energy to a higher level, transform your raw primal energy to find greater enjoyment and satisfaction through massage and tantric sex. And if you must compete or are threatened, then you can draw on your warrior energy to fight and win. Act on instinct, use any adrenaline rush for peak action. You can make a big impression during this time. Now, we also have Venus that will be conjunct Pluto at 27 degrees. This is going to greatly increase your need for love and affection. A lot of you guys may have been craving intimacy lately, especially with the Venus retrograde, especially with us redefining our values. And, because Venus and Mars have been doing like this dance, the last couple of weeks. Especially my divine feminines out there, that you're still waiting on your divine masculine and the whole twin flame thing. Like, yeah, it's a lot of that energy going on. A lot of that. Okay. So Venus conjunct Pluto. This transit can dramatically increase your need for love and affection. You want to experience companionship at a deeper, more intense level right now. And this could possibly lead to problems if you are single, but this could also throw a spanner in the works of a healthy relationship if you play your cards the wrong way, right? Now, an extraordinarily passionate time for relationships is what's going on right now. We're focused, we're confident. There's a tendency to want and to demand a lot from a partnership or a friendship. Powerful and uplifting time for romantic sexual relationships, new insights into relationships and love, strong attractions. Relationships can begin under this influence that are very intense, very passionate, very deep, and far from superficial. So if there's any moment where like the universe is supporting twin flame unions, it'd be right now. It'd be right now, like during this week. You know what I mean? So don't be surprised if some of you guys, who have not been in contact with your masculine, don't be surprised if this is a week where things kind of kick it off and take it to another place. You know what I mean? And you finally like come into union and you're done doing the whole dance, back and forth dance thing, right? So, just a lot of sexual energy, a lot of intense energy. Um, just make sure that you're not misusing your power, okay? Because it could be very magnetic and attractive to other people. And other behaviors to beware of, not just in you, but in other people, is possessiveness and jealousy. Infatuation is fine, and you may fall deeply in love at this time, okay? But stalking and spying, not acceptable, okay? And if you're married, then an affair at this time would have the most serious repercussions. So please just double check everything that y'all are doing. Like, don't let your sex drive get the best of you. Don't let, your emotions and chill out, okay? Chill out. All right. Now, there may also be a tendency to fall for negative or dangerous types of people like criminals and heavy drug users. Okay. But if you are in a happy and healthy relationship, then this transit could lead to intense sexual experiences if the other half is keen. Now, this may include a degree of bondage or pain. If single, there could be instant attraction that could lead to a profound and karmic relationship. But in both cases, openly giving love and affection without any type of catch is the key to satisfaction here. Okay. Now, later on during that night, we do have the moon that is going to move into Aries, which is only going to support all of this fiery energy, right? Because Mars is ruled, well, Aries is ruled by Mars, and fire energy, all of that. So moving on to Friday, we don't really have as much happening on Friday. But Friday, March 4th, I love how I just did not put the other two screenshots on screen. I am so sorry. Okay, I forgot. Oh, listen. First time we new to this shit, not true to this shit. Okay, but on Friday, March 4th, we have Mercury that is going to semi-sextile Neptune, right? So this is a good time for relaxation. Okay, from Thursday to Saturday is going to be a good time for relaxation, for creativity, for communication, spiritual pursuits. You may receive some spiritual information through dreams, meditation, or your spirit guides. Relationships will definitely benefit from your more compassionate and spiritual nature. Again, this is such a good week for spiritual energy, creative energy, artistic ability, psychic downloads. Like this is a great fucking week, right? And we have Mercury that's going to be sextile Neptune. Okay. That, like I said, is going to be extremely good for relaxation. All of your senses become acute, enabling you to pick up a lot of extra information through your intuition. You may even receive some spiritual information through your dreams, through medication, not medication, but through meditation, your spirit guides, or chance encounters. This would also be a good time to do artwork or just anything creative. You could write a romance, you could write a fantasy novel. But this transit is not so good for studying or writing on technical subjects. Again, this is a week where you want to be as creative as possible. Nothing that's going to lock you in. Like, you need to be fluid. Pisces is water energy, very fluid, right? You are more attuned to the larger picture and not focusing on intricate details this week. Again, relationships will benefit from your compassion and spiritual nature. In fact, this might be a good time to learn more about astrology or other similar aspects, other similar subjects. You could have some very crazy, wild, like vivid dreams right now. You may even pick up a psychic impression when you're awake. If so, you can count on a lot of spiritual information being fairly accurate. Okay, it's psychic downloads coming from your guides. And other good things to do under this influence include socializing, going to the theater or movies, listening to music, generally, just relaxing. Like, think of this like Three of Cups type energy, right? So then we have Saturday, right? Saturday, March 5th. Okay, we have Sun conjunct Jupiter at 14 degrees. Okay, happening at 9:06 a.m. So from Wednesday to next Tuesday is going to bring a lot of happiness, a lot of optimism, a lot of generosity. Good luck comes as opportunities for personal, professional, and spiritual growth. This could be an excellent time to begin new studies, or start considering long distance travel, right? Now, this type of transit gives a general feeling of well-being, happiness, and optimism. Good luck at this time could be seen as an opportunity for growth, personal, professional, spiritual elevation. You should feel this as an urge or a strong desire to do all that you can, experience everything to the fullest, just as you may be the beneficiary of compliments, gifts, or money. You could also be more generous and bubbly, right? The key word here is expansion, which applies to all area of life. That's what Jupiter is. It's expansion. Okay. So from relationships to wealth, this is an excellent time to begin new studies, or again, consider that long distance travel. Again, I should have pref road. Pref road. Proofread. I should have proofread this shit, but I didn't. Okay. This Jupiter tendency toward growth and expansion can equally apply to negative character traits such as boastfulness and greed. And remaining conscious of this potential of extravagance and waste will allow thoughtfulness and moderation to make sure you make the most of the many opportunities that this transit brings. And then last but not fucking least, thank God, because I'm hungry. Okay. Last but not fucking least, we have Sunday. Okay. It's a lot happening on Sunday, as you can see on screen. It's a lot fucking happening. Okay. Sunday, March 6th, we have Mars that is entering Aquarius. We have Venus that is entering Aquarius. We have Venus that will be conjunct Mars, and we have Moon that is going to enter into Taurus. Okay. So Mars and Venus are switching into a new sign, because they've been in Capricorn for the last couple of months. So this is going to bring on a whole new set of energies. I definitely will be doing a video on that transit and how it's going to affect all the 12 different signs. But of course, definitely make sure that you guys are still reaching out to me for personal readings, right now they are 50% off. You can find that information on screen. But make sure that you're reaching out to me for a personal reading, because regardless of a general reading, like if I do a reading and I say, okay, this is how it's going to affect all Tauruses, you still need to know how it's going to affect you personally, depending on where the planets are in your houses and what's conjunct what and the aspects. Okay, so we have Mars that is going to enter Aquarius at 1:22 a.m. and a lot of you guys are going to feel like you're going to feel this. Like if you're out partying on Saturday night, you're going to feel when Mars and Venus enters into Aquarius. Okay, so what does it mean when Mars is in Aquarius? What does this transit mean? So let's break it down. Aquarius is never afraid to shake things up, right? This is a sign that knows when things are getting stale and when it's time for improvement or revolution, right? And so applying its powerful energies to Mars, which is like the dominant Emperor, Scorpio, Aries type of energy, like this could be a time to harness our collective will to change for the good of all. Right. So Mars knows how to fight for what it wants. It's the warrior of our psyche. And although Aquarius can be rather aloof, it has a powerful drive for creating a more fair and just world. So this transit gives us all of the will to give a voice to the voiceless and to fight for the underdog, right? And so when it applies to our personal lives, the Mars and Aquarius transit can push us to re-examine how we operate. Now, Aquarius has a disdain for tradition. So choosing instead to forge radical paths forward in uncharted territory, Mars and Aquarius knows that following the tried and true path will often lead to the same results. And so right now, that is unacceptable. That's why, again, all of this week, like you're being so supported to try something new, to get out, dare to be different. Like, again, if you're so used to working a 9 to 5 and showing up to your job every day, but you know you're happy, you know you're unhealthy, hell, and you know that things aren't going the way that you want, just don't go for that one day. Go do what you would want to do on your day off, and you might, fucking stumble upon what it is that you're supposed to be doing, whether you take a spa day off or whether you skip work to go to that new museum, or like you might find your new direction in the wildest of places, because right now it's not about sticking to the status quo. It's about beating to your own drum and really just chasing your wildest dreams and getting to the bag. And not just getting to the bag, but like honestly, like doing whatever the fuck your soul desires, right? Like Capricorn energy is very structured. It's very, oh, I have to do this because I got bills to pay, I got this, I got that, and what about rent and overhead costs and this, that, and the third. Whereas Aquarius is like, bitch, we're gonna figure it out. We're not gonna sit here and worry about the money, because I listen, what about my freedom, right? Like, because Aquarius energy is very much about freedom and independence. It's like, Capricorn, when Venus and Mars was in Capricorns, it's like what I want to do versus what I have to do, and this is what I need to survive, and I gotta show up to work because da da da. Whereas Venus and Mars in Aquarius is like, listen, I don't even like this shitty ass job. Okay. So let me put in my 2 weeks now. Okay. I'm going to go start a YouTube channel. Okay. So I can work for myself. Okay. Or, Venus and Mars and Aquarius would be like, okay, I've worked at this 9 to 5 for years because I felt like I needed it for rent. Bitch, we in a fucking pandemic and I see that y'all are offering work from home options. What's good? You know what I mean? It's all about figuring out how to do shit differently, right? And some of you guys might have to take a L in certain areas. Maybe you're not going to make as much money. Maybe you're not going to enjoy, your social life as much because you have to cut off certain friends because they no longer allow, like whatever is constricting you, let it the fuck go at this point. Okay, whatever's constricting you, let it go and follow your heart, follow your gut, right? So our craving for innovation means that in this transit, there are no fucking rules. The social norms and old patterns that have dictated our everyday lives now no longer hold you, right? We desire originality and authenticity, the freedom to be ourselves, as weird and strange as it may sound, above all else, right? And this transit makes us proud of what makes us unique. So we are no longer are we afraid to stand out from the crowd, but we embrace it in ourselves and also within others. Now, paradoxically, Aquarius finds both beauty in the collective, as expressed through its humanitarian nature, as well as in the individual, okay? The appreciation of everyone's unique traits. And so this transit can simultaneously also make us feel deeply connected to the world soul, even if it is in a very abstract way, right? So don't be surprised. Like you guys are gonna notice like protests are gonna be happening, civil wars are gonna be happening. Hell, they're even fucking talking about a World War III that's happening. There's gonna be an increased desire to fight injustice. A powerful humanitarian drive. Choosing to avoid the traditional way of doing things, more experimentation. Increased connectedness to the collective consciousness. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. Okay. And then, like I said, we also do have Venus entering Aquarius damn near at the same time. Now, Venus is related to our affections and our value system. So, Venus is more so concerned with harmony, with balance and aesthetics, but will not necessarily be walked over. Venus can be quite discriminating, because Venus is much about what attracts us as it is about what doesn't attract us, right? Kind of like that stuck up bitch that's like, don't assume that I want you, baby. Like, how you even my type, like type shit. You know what I mean? Versus the thirsty bitch that's just like dying to be seen, right? Now, with Aquarius being a fixed air sign ruled by Uranus in modern astrology and by Saturn in traditional astrology, the fixed nature of Aquarius means that there is often resistance to change. So, with Venus in Aquarius, this could be seen in a reluctance to change your mind or your thinking regarding relationships and your value systems. Now, as Aquarius is an air sign, there is an intellectual, social, and communicative aspect to Venus when it is in this sign. Aquarius is a sign that is often associated with friendship and the collective good. you know, so Aquarius can be quite caught up in ideals and ideas. And so sometimes more often interested in what is of the greatest benefit to the many rather than to the individual. So, with Saturn considered the most distant planet in our solar system, in traditional astrology, its rulership of Capricorn and Aquarius take different approaches. Now, Saturn ruling Capricorn is focused on restrictions. There were no planets beyond it as far as they knew. But with Saturn rule in Aquarius, there seems to be more of a focus on what might be beyond, what we cannot see, right? So with Saturn ruling Aquarius, we see exploration and discovery beyond what we have known. Saturn is also associated with exile, being beyond the limits. This can also extend to Aquarius being seen as beyond family, like the black sheep of the family or societal limits, the revolutionary, right? There could also be a feeling of being very different, maybe perhaps even alien like Aquarius, right? So Venus and Aquarius can see us approaching relationships and our value systems in a colder, more analytical way. There may be a preoccupation with the idea of what or how the relationship of our values should be or represent. There could be a tendency to be attracted to what is known, to discover or explore different ways of relating to others. There may also be a strong emphasis on friendship rather than typical romantic type of energy associated with Venus. And because Venus is the lesser known benefic, considered a lucky planet, particularly for those of a night birth chart, so basically anybody that was born after sunset but before sunrise. So anywhere I would say like from like 7 to like 6 to 6, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Um, Therefore, when Venus is in Aquarius, this part of your natal chart that has Aquarius in it may be luckier. Okay, so you might receive gifts related to the topics of whatever house you have Aquarius in. So, for example, right, and if you look at your chart and you notice that you don't have Aquarius there, then use whole signs, right? So let's say like you're like a Capricorn rising, right? Then Aquarius would typically be in your second house. Some of you guys might have Pisces, but it would be in your second house. Right. And so right now you might be lucky in regards to finances. Like you might find money coming in a little bit more easier. If Aquarius is in your 10th house, you might find that, you're getting promotions and a good reputation at work a little bit easier. If it's in your 5th house, you can find that you're completing creative projects easier. You can find that you have a lot of attention on you, from guys or girls, right? So on and so forth, right? Now, the last, very, very last thing that we have is Venus conjunct Mars at 0 degrees. This is a passionate, warm, expressive, lively, and sexy energy. We're now able to take the initiative to achieve harmony and sexual fulfillment. This influence brings satisfaction to the feelings. Our creativity and desire to make something beautiful is stimulated now, and we're more able to combine warmth with energy. So social relations are impassioned and perhaps demanding or extreme. So in some cases, this impulsive energy generates love at first sight scenarios or erratic interludes. Okay. Teamwork is more successful now. Some level of competition is present in our interactions, but it's likely of a pleasurable and gently challenging kind. Okay. Impulsive purchases are also possible. So just be careful with that. Just be careful around that. This could increase your desire for intimate relations. I mean, that seems to be a theme all throughout the week. Just an intense need for sexual satisfaction. You could just be craving intimacy, wanting to cuddle, wanting to do more than just fuck, but just be around someone and like have deep conversations and look each other in the eyes and like vibe on a deep, intense emotional level. Like that energy is very much in the air between, because Venus and Mars is literally feminine and masculine energy just intertwining, right? And so your more tender and sensual side dominates, increasing your chance at finding romance at this time. So this complements your raw position, not raw position. This complements your raw passion and sex appeal to make you highly attractive to your partner or potential partners. Increased charisma and popularity makes socializing more enjoyable and exciting. And this could be an ideal time for both romance and making new friends. You could also find satisfaction in creative activities. This is a good time to start works of art, especially those combining the physical and emotional, such as dance or sculpture. Even routine work could be more enjoyable now as you have the drive and creative urge to make things look or work better. This could also be an excellent time to host a party or celebration, right? So that's pretty much the horoscope for this week. Like I said, it's a lot of things happening. You definitely want to make sure that you're taking advantage of the new moon. Definitely want to make sure it's going to be a spiritual, crazy, just it's going to be a vibe high type of week. Okay. And shout out to the divine feminines and divine masculines out there. Like, this is going to be a crazy, energetic week for you guys. And then with Uranus in the mix, could be a lot of shocking twists and turns that come up. And, with Jupiter, a lot of luck and abundance, I already have the notes and shit written for the new moon in Pisces, and a lot of good things seem to be happening for the 12 signs. So we're definitely gonna get into that in the video for the new moon in Pisces, and how it's gonna affect the 12 zodiac signs. But definitely make sure that you go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to book you a personal reading. The information is available on screen. Understand it is 50% off up until Sunday. Okay. You have up until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So make sure that you're going to my website. Make sure that you're booking. Make sure that you're taking advantage of the 50% off deals. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoy that. I feel